Okay, time for something different. I'm in New York and this was my first work trip in a while, so I was a bit out of practice for what to pack and how to pack. And so I thought I'd show you what I packed for a 2-day trip that included a red eye. And I'm trying a new system with this bag here. This is a backpack. It's not a roller bag, so it just goes on your back with these straps here. And trying to avoid roller bags because it's just much easier to walk around the streets of New York, especially in the snow, when you don't have something that you're trying to wheel around. So technically I'm cheating a little bit here because I have a water bottle hanging off the side and I have a neck pillow hanging off the top. But since we're trying to do 2 days plus a red eye, we had to get a little bit creative. So I'll show you how this bag works. This is a Henty bag, Henty. I picked this up in Tasmania when I was down in Australia, and I absolutely love this bag. It's got a few neat tricks to it, which make it extremely usable when you're trying to avoid roller bags. Definitely lots of zippers on the outside for you to slip things through, things like a cable bag and some snacks for the airplane that I'll slip into that side, and then another pocket for cell phone, charging cables, things like that. But let me get this opened up and I'll show you how this system works. So clip off this water bottle. This actually unrolls, and there's an inner tube inside that fits quite a bit. The inner tube snaps apart, and you're left with a full garment bag that you can actually fit a suit in, or two, a couple jackets. I have a suit in here, just a sports coat, and it's a great way to keep a jacket from not getting too wrinkled. And this is actually an anti-wrinkle jacket at the same time, which is pretty neat. Down at the bottom, you can put in some clothes or shower shoes or things like that, so you can slip those at the very bottom, plus a belt. So that garment bag system is pretty neat. Let's move that out of the way, and I'll show you what I pack in a moment. Okay, now that we've got everything laid out, we'll start in the middle here and just work our way out and create some space. So this is a neck pillow that I only bring for red eyes. This is one of those Cabo Evolution neck pillows that you see at the airport. Pick this one at Target, and this is the Cool edition that has some open spaces inside to keep you cool so you don't overheat. And then I slip in an eye mask inside so I don't forget one of those. And the combination of the neck pillow, the eye mask, and some noise canceling headphones is an absolute must for a red eye to get some sleep. And on this trip, I actually fell asleep before we took off, and by the time my neighbor nudged me to get up to go to the restroom, I had slept solidly for 3 hours on the red eye, which I was quite happy with. So neck pillow plus eye mask, very important. Then you have some cold weather essentials like gloves and earmuffs, which are pretty self-explanatory. I pack a visor. This is great for the airplane, so my hair isn't messy, even though I haven't done it for the red eye trip. And then if I go into the gym, same thing at the hotel. So this just allows me to get out of the room quicker. I showed off the cable case earlier on, and so you always need lots of different cables. I have to pack a cradle for my smartphone, a dongle for the laptop connecting to a monitor or projector, and then this one is super useful This is a AC adapter with USB ports plus a car adapter. So you can charge in the airport, you can charge in an Uber car. Sometimes they have a cigarette adapter in the back, and then if you have a couple cables packed in your bag, you can charge your phone. And also have an extra battery for travel, which is also important because you usually have long days with time zone changes. The couple redundant things that I have, so I have toiletries, toothbrush, mouthwash, things like that. I actually have a second set that I keep on an exterior pouch on the bag, so it's easy to access. Gum, I can brush my teeth after a meal, and hand sanitizer and lotion and things like that. So I have a easier to access portable version that ends up being redundant but useful in the office. Some hair product that I keep in a very old Pokemon Center bag so that I'm reminded of my kids when I go on a business trip. And then the other redundant set of items is 2 sets of noise canceling headphones. First, the larger ones from Bose. These are the QC35-2s, which are definitely a must on an airplane. It helps cancel out a lot of the background noise on a plane. And then I have the smaller in-the-ear ones, which I prefer when walking around a city or going to the gym. This is totally a first world problem to have 2 sets of noise canceling headphones, but that's probably the one indulgence that I allow, especially for when trying to pack so lightly. Obviously clothes and sets of pants and shirts and sweaters and things like that. Shower shoes are a must, especially for hotels. These are super thin and super light, which allow them to dry off very quickly. And then I have a pair of sneakers, good for the airplane. These are lightweight and they collapse down pretty nicely, which is good. And good for the gym or the airplane. And I also have a pair of boots that I'm traveling with for work, especially because it's snowing outside. And so obviously you can only pack, you're going to wear one or the other of these. And then the boots are harder to pack with everything else that's in the bag. So you have to get a little bit creative. But that's everything that fit into the garment bag and the internal duffel for this Henty bag. So pretty amazing. The goal for me is to try to pack as lightly as possible with all the essentials in easy to reach, accessible spots, and make sure everything has a purpose. So for you out there, you may have different needs and different items that you like to pack. And so trying to travel this way might be easier or harder for you. But just wanted to give that overview for a different type of video. Thanks.